develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater science is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater science of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth.
Nithyanandam Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vandvatidam Gunasudham Tattvamashyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Shakshibhudam Bhavatidam Trunaragidam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes, Nithyananda everyone, we welcome you all back to today's Introduction to Paramashivoham Level 3 program. Before starting today's segment, a few security measures from the KAILASA's national security agencies. Photography, video, and audio recording of any kind is strictly prohibited during all the sessions. Be on mute, be on camera throughout the sessions. And here are a few important cautions before starting today's segment. We welcome all the Kailasa-vasis attending from the Kailasa's monasteries, Gurukul, temple, ashrams, and centers from around the world. We welcome all the NTV, Kailasa TV, Hinduism TV, Twitter, YouTube viewers, and all those who blessed to have an Diksha, that is video conferencing, who are joining us for the special today's program. Let us have a brief introduction about the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors or enlightened masters and adepts. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based university a lifestyle for humanity. Now we'll be looking at the coronations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Before 1981, he is identified as the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva by the spiritual adepts and masters of Hinduism. In 1981, he is initiated into Bala Sannyas and Chaturmasya at the age of 3. During the year 1988, he is coronated as the future Guru Mahasannidhanam, the Pontiff of Thondai Mandala Adinam, the oldest monastic university. In 1994, he became the successor of Arunachala Sarvanya Peetham by Guru Parampara. On the year 1999, he founded the mission Nithyananda Sangha to revive Kailasa internationally. And the same year, he is also coronated as the successor of Kashi Sarvanya Peetham. Moving on to the next year, 2002, he founded Adi Kailasa Sarvanya Peetham. And 2004, he declared as the successor of Bhaginagara Sripura Sarvanya Peetham. And the same year, he is become the incumbent emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam of Suryavamsa lineage. 2007, he is declared as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adi Pallava Sarvanyapeetham and also as the Mahamandleshwar of Mahanirvani Akada. 2012, Supreme Founder of Hinduism is coronated as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Madurai Shyamala Peetha Sarvanyapeetham, the oldest Hindu papal state and the monastic kingdom. 2013, he is officially coronated as the Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of Mahanirvani Akada, the largest apex monastic order, and become the youngest Mahamandaleshwar. And the same year, he is also declared as the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Atalakada, the oldest monastic order in the Hinduism by Acharya Mahamandaleshwar Shukdevanandaji, with an incumbent spiritual head. Moving on to the next stage, 2014, Supreme Founder of Hinduism is declared as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Thanjavur, Tiruvavur, Vedaranyam and Panchanatikulam. 2015, he is declared as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharmabhukti Surgapuram Adinam and also as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of Adipita Koladamata. 2015, he is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by the congregation of over 1,000 spiritual leaders and pontiffs of Hinduism. Next, we'll be looking at the global initiatives taken by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasas across the globe. 28 years of relentless humanitarian services and initiatives, including the free vegetarian food, medical services, natural disaster relief, women empowerment initiatives, conflict resolution, peace initiatives, sustainable Hindu practice through various international agencies and bodies. He authored 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which is translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. Over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded. He's also established the largest Hindi library with over 1 million books, 1 million Pali scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. He's also regarded as the most prolific and most believed guru in the digital world, read and watched by 1 billion plus followers in the Hinduism. Over 10,000 hours of discourses and over 1 billion views on the social media. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also respected as the commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavatra Gita, and Jain Sutras. He is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader. He is also recognized as one of the top 100 spiritually living influential personalities by Watkins Mind Body Spirit magazine. The Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora are working for a global peace to give a superconscious breakthrough to the humanity. It is also the established of the largest Hindu university in the world with satellite campuses in 150 countries. It is also the established of 1,000 plus Kailasas enlightened ecosystems. He is also the founder and the reviver of over 100 Sarvanyapeethams. So with that, we'll be coming to the end of this segment and we'll be moving on to the next segment where we're going to see the demonstration of extraordinary powers after a short break. We request each one of you to stay tuned. Nithyanandam.
Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. Greater signs of life can be realized with a greater ability to visualize. Greater signs is the equivalent word for Hinduism. When you understand the greater signs of life, greater courage, more possibility, more fearlessness, more joy, more bliss. When you visualize Paramashiva with 25 heads, 75 eyes, 50 hands, your consciousness becomes ferocious, and that ability to visualize, you will get involved in everything deeply. Involved people are the most delicious, most sweet, most beautiful, most juiciest beings of planet Earth. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all.
Yes, Nithyanandam, welcome back. With that, we'll be moving on to the next segment, manifesting the extraordinary powers. So let's understand the science behind the manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. So the Vedagamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers, through the awakened directly by the Paramashiva. Manifesting these Shaktis, the powers, are described as a system, method, and a science for every human being to explore the various possibilities and powers and have the access to the various states of consciousness. So you may have the question now, who is the source of all these powers? The source of all these powers is the Paramashiva, and he is the primordial divinity in the Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging, beyond time, space, and form. As the fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, or the 5 cosmic acts of Srishti, Shriti, Samhara, Throbhava, and Graha, creations, maintenance, rejuvenation, delusion, and liberating from all the graves. So how we can manifest these Shaktis? Understand every ultimate truth, the Jnana mapped into your consciousness, Prajna, manifests as a possibility and power of every being as a Prajna. Today, in this segment, the initial disciples of Supreme Fount of Hinduism will be demonstrating the power of body scanning and sharing with all the experience and the results of the extraordinary manifestation of the divine power awakened in us through the initiation directly by the Paramashiva. So those who like to experience the power of body scanning, we are all welcome you. You can head over to any one of our social media platform where the live is happening and post your questions in the comments. We'll pick up one of your questions and we'll demonstrate the power of body scanning. So while everyone is taking time, let us understand and go over the pramanas, the evidence which proves and authenticate the power of body scanning. So in the power of body scanning, one awakens to the ability to scan illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and provide solution to the awakened third eye. Let us have the first, the Sastra Pramana, the scriptural reference, which authenticate the power of body scanning. In the Jnana Bhairava Tantra, Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from subtle to the subtlest cognitive principles of your whole body or of the whole universe, simultaneously conscious of the essential reality. They are being observed in the source cause, Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all the thoughts, patterns which he struck, and ultimate divine power, the Paradevi, Adi Parashakti herself is revealed and the supreme power manifestation happens. Next, we'll be looking at the Apta Pramana, the experience of the Vedic rishis who time tested the science of power of body scanning. Therai was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agatyar. One day, a man suffering from a severe headache comes to Agatyar for healing. Agatyar uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of headache. He reveals that there is a small therai, a type of frog, sitting in a person's brain. Agatyar immediately instructs the Theraiyer, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery and remove the frog. After the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of headache. Thus, he gained the name Theraiyer. Next, we'll be looking at the Atma Pramana, the account from the Supreme Fount of Hinduism. These Millennium Avatars' personal experience, which authenticate the power of body scanning. On 22nd December 2019, Supreme Fount of Hinduism, our beloved Guru, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, revealed how Swamiji uses the power of body scanning. Paraphrasing his words exactly, only when I had a multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for a surgery and therefore for medical checkup related to that. At the time, they detected a heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used the diagnostic method instead of the medical facility to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through the power of body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalance happens, and where balance has to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion to verify my findings. So these are the pramanas which authenticate the power of body scanning. Now we may have the question now, how we can get initiated into the power of all these powers. As the living incarnation of Paramashiva, the supreme fount of Hinduism, their body is the most profound yogic status that surpassed all the bounds of time, space, and matter. The supreme fount of Hinduism is gifting this pure science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual signs through the initiations, Diksha, and millions of people have been already initiated by the supreme fount of Hinduism, and they are experiencing the profound results as extraordinary powers in their everyday life. you can receive these initiation directly by attending the Paramashivoham level program, 3 level 3 program. And to learn more about the program, you can head over to kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. We welcome all of you to visit the page and register yourself for this grand event, which is directly conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut.
6. You can register yourself on kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. So with that, we'll be entering into the actual demonstration of power of body scanning. We have with us Mr. Praveen, who asked for the power of body scanning. Now I'll be connecting in oneness with Paramashiva by chanting the Mahavagya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. I'm going to reveal what sound is going to reveal to me. So I'll come to the space of this full awareness and chant the Mahavagya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Yes. Past couple of months, due to the new location you are appeared to and new food style you are appeared to, that caused a huge change in your body, especially in the digestive tract. Start aligning to the organic vegetarian food diet. The lots and lots, the amount you're consuming the non-vegetarian diet, it's going to complicate your digestive problems. So start aligning to the vegetarian lifestyle. And it is also the reason for the recent allergies you start having the past few days. So by doing this, and also make sure you cleanse your body by the Ayurvedic medicines. Either you can take the haritaki or castor oil or neem juice. Make sure you take any one of these to make sure you cleanse your body, the toxics which accumulated in the past few days. By doing this, you'll be having a healthy, happy lifestyle. So with that, we'll be coming to the end of this segment. I'll be moving on to the next segment where we're going to see the experience from the people who had this breakthrough, the vertical time zone experience from the Paramashivoham directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Before heading to the next segment, we're going to have a short break. We request each and of you to stay tuned. Nithyanandam.
Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself.
Nithyananda, everyone, welcome back. We are going to have some of the sharings of the experiences of vertical time zones. So one of the understandings for vertical time zones, we exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. So this is revealed through Vedas Agamas and revealed through the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, the living incarnation of this age. So he is experienced manifesting from the space of KAILASA, the highest loka, and revealing these spiritual truths. So the being who is situated there, like we are very accustomed to the physical reality. So if there's a cloth sitting there, we know very clearly I can take the cloth and move it. We can manipulate because we're very comfortable, confident, truthful with what is the physical reality. The beings such as the living incarnation, supreme point of Hinduism, established in the space of KAILASA, the pure conscious space, he can use and manipulate that energy simply like that because he is experienced with it and he knows simply its reality. So just like that, he's able to play with those powerful spaces and manifest changes for us. So the vertical time zones, I exist in multiple dimensions. The narakas, the hells, the lower dimensions, the addictions, pains, sorrows. I can empower my identity in those lokas as well, not just the horizontal timeline of the time zone, but the vertical time zone. I exist in the higher enlightened space, the space of nirvana, beyond all, the space of avyakta. So the source of all things is my source. I exist in that space also right now. So whatever I empower, whichever identity of mine I empower, whether it's the higher dimensions or the lower dimensions, then that gets strengthened and starts to reproduce itself more and more in my life. The power of existing in vertical time zones, empowering those dimensions of you, getting initiated into those spaces so you can manifest more effortlessly and with possibility, something that we could not do by ourselves. So all of these different aspects are coming with the initiations. The really spiritual process is done only by the being who is situated there and can do that. The unique blessings from Purna Avatar, living incarnation for all of us. So go to kailasa.org/Paramashivoham to register your intention, put a request for a blessing or help in whatever social media platform you're currently watching, or go to the official SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page, and you can type your comment. Swamiji gives spiritual blessings immediately to any comments, blessing requests on any of the official media platforms. Also, you can start your experiences today in Paramashivoham 1, another offering, new offering from Swamiji, going every day for 10 hours duration. You can go to events.kailasa.org/PSM1, events.kailasa.org/PSM1 to join the PSM1 experience today. So anything you think as impossible is not impossible. And whatever our cognition now is, has certain limitations. Means by definition, the existence beyond that seems impossible to us. So it should not be surprising that we think certain things are impossible. It should not be surprising that things that we think are impossible are possible. Now, how that happens is different. It happens by the effortless initiation of the unique being who is situated there and can give it. So this is our unique blessing from the living incarnation. We'd like to have a short sharing now with Sakshi Pramana. So Maharaj had shared the Pramanas, the experiential truths of the Vedas Agamas from the Shastra Pramana, the Apta Pramana, the experienced beings of the Teraya, and the Atma Pramana of the living incarnation. And we'll share the Sakshi Pramana. What is the experience of these 14 lokas, these vertical time zones, these spiritual Shaktis of the individuals initiated by the living incarnation? How that actually happens, let us find out. So I'd like to welcome Shantidas Aya, who is from Orlando, Florida. Aya, if you could just please just give a brief introduction about yourself, as you had already participated with Swamiji in the Paramashivoham 3. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. Nithyanandam, everyone. And I'm Shanti Das. I live in Orlando, Florida. I have two children. One is 18, one is 13, and I have a beautiful wife. So I also, this is my home. It has been my home for a long time, for more than 20, 30 years now in USA.
Great. Thank you, Aya. And so I'd like to start by asking, before the Paramashivoham 3, the initiations, darshans with Swamiji, what kind of obstacle, challenges you were facing at that point?
So my main challenge was with the relationships, my family. That was my main challenge, and it was not. It was a lingering challenge. It was there for multiple years. In fact, one of the main challenge that I had is the older son. The older son, he was born in 2004 and he's 18-year-old. I had a lot of incompletions with him. And in fact, many times I had contemplated, I have thought about the relationship. I never felt that I was very close to him. On the other hand, I felt that he was, when he was a child, when I'm talking about when he was, it means maybe 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, he was extremely close to me. But I could not feel that. His love, deep love towards me, I could never feel that. And that kind of distance us away as he became a elder man, means he became grown and he became a teenager and an 18-year-old. And that created a lot of distance, a lot of incompletion between he and me. So that was one of the I will say, one of the main relationship challenges, not just with him, with others also I have relationship challenges. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So this is very profound sharing. Thank you, Ayat, for sharing so candidly. And so this will be something that everyone will recognize in every one of their relationships over time. If we look, things were not how I expected them to be. Things were not how they used to be. I don't know what to do about it. It's not going in the way I expected. So especially relationships, such a close relationship with a immediate family member, a parent or a child. And so yes, so sharing about these relationship with the children and specifically the son. And so Aya, then what can you tell about how this obstacle transformed, what happened during the Paramashivoham 3, darshans, initiations, anything you can share about the transformation process, how this was addressed or resolved through initiations with Swamiji or the Paramashivoham 3?
Yeah. So before going into the program, before like a week or two prior to the program itself, whenever I used to think about him, like it started happening about a week or two before the program itself. Like when his thought comes to my mind, then I see the Swamiji's like when he was in young 20 blissful phase. There is a picture that comes out like he's very blissful. He has this hairs coming out like up to this. He's 18. He's very lean and like very 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 blissful phase, and that started appearing. Okay. So then I joined I didn't do anything about making the change. I just attended the program, right? So,
right.
So that's pretty much it. So, yeah.
Great. Yeah. This is so many people will tell. I just started having darshans. I just started having visions of Swamiji. I started seeing his face in different places. So, okay, that's great. So this is how we can understand these. Literally, if we're talking about vertical dimensions, vertical time zones, and multiple dimensions, then naturally these things are expressing in ways even from the space of avyakta, the unmanifest. So how they manifest, we'll not understand. And so that's great. Then what can you share about how this specific challenge transformed from before Paramashivoham 3 to now?
So, so I went to I attended the program. So, right. So for that specific obstacle, I don't know. I do not think I can pinpoint any specific thing that happened in the program itself. So I can tell only what happened afterwards, or what happened, what are the, what are the reality that I experienced. That's the only thing that I can say. Okay. In the beginning of September, I spent about a week with him. He doesn't live with me anymore, so he's in another place. So the day I leave him, like I leave him there and I come back home, he tells me that, "Daddy, I will miss you." So that is the very like intimate and deep feeling that you get as a parent.
Right, exactly. So you were not expecting him to relate to you in that way. So right. So it sounds quite simple, but you're saying this was a big shift. It was something new and totally unexpected.
Yes. I think any parent can relate to it. I'm sure any parent will relate to it. When an 18-year-old tells you that in a very profound, close way that you feel it, you know what it is.
Right, and your son is actually extremely academically gifted and actually athletically gifted.
Yes. He is any materialistic parent would like to have that kind of child. Just let me just put it that way. He excels in his studies, excels in his athletics. That too, without putting what I'm trying to say is his IQ is very high from a traditional the IQ measurement point of view, and he excels very well. So basically we drifted away. I means he had that strong feeling for me, but I never could communicate back to him. So for the last 10 years, we kind of drifted away completely. It means I had a lot of incompletions with him, a lot of teenager issues, then 17, 18-year-old issues and things like that. We were very far apart from each other in every direction. Yeah.
Right. So exactly. So yes, people can definitely relate to this, especially with children when they're going through their teenage years, and then especially if they leave home to go somewhere else and they have things they are engaged in. It's no longer that 10-year-old child, right, who was following you around. And so you're saying that you felt this sort of connection like you had not experienced for, I guess, many years.
No, I never, not for many years. I never experienced it since he was born. Just let me put it that way. I never experienced since he was born.
Right. Okay. Now, so this is vertical time zones. So if anyone wants to know, then if you, even when you engage with Swamiji in the space of oneness for completion or for unclutching, when you do that, it's because the source of all things is the source of all of us. And when you connect with the source and change that expression, that changes for all those expressions. So you exist in all things. So when we have the initiation darshan from Swamiji, all those aspects get transformed along with that space for ourselves. So this is how literally you'll see that other person has changed. It doesn't mean forcing them, but there is also a space at the source of cosmic energy for them that opens up. And this is the beautiful unexplained. So this is the vertical time zone. Anyone wants to know how this functions? It means things that you think you have no control over, parts of your life and other people in your life, they themselves change. So profound experience. So that is excellent, Ayas. And then what else would you share about this experience, or say, your best or favorite experiences with the initiations, darshans from Paramashivoham 3.
So during the initiation, I had an acquaintance which I had recently developed, and I felt strongly that this acquaintance need to experience Swamiji. It's just an immediate desire that I had, and during the initiation, Swamiji was giving boons, so I requested for a boon for this individual, this acquaintance, and then later on I verified that it did materialize. That boon did materialize. So basically, anything that Swamiji gives boons are real. Swamiji is real, of course. Then the pure consciousness is real, divine is real. Those becomes more and more reinforced, and a lot of anxiety with respect to my own spiritual journey also disappeared. So I felt a lot more home, saying that okay, this is going to happen. This is happening. So it's a. I felt like I'm in a huge cosmic shaft of Swamiji, cosmic boat of Swamiji, where I'm already in that energy space, and pure conscious. I could feel before the pure consciousness concept was just a concept. It was just a logic. It was just a debate. It was just an argument. Or it was just a point of discussion. It was no more there. It means I am there. I'm there with Swami's this journey, and this is a happening that I'm experiencing, and I'm a living experience of that, and that's what it felt. Actually, also it felt that I didn't have to do anything. It's just happening. That I'm already there. Yeah.
Right. So exactly. So we know Paramashiva. So the consciousness has to land on planet Earth at a certain point. So the consciousness comes to planet Earth, and with that, the human bodies come, and the beings come and inhabit those bodies. So the consciousness happens as a blessing. So it's not just the physical evolution of the species, but also the conscious breakthrough of the different species grows. And so Paramashiva gives a super conscious breakthrough in the evolution process as well, not just the physical evolution. And so here you're sharing that Swamiji is that shaft of light, that shaft of consciousness, and you've experienced that. And that he's like a boat carrying.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the profound experiences for people with the initiation and darshans, because the consciousness is happening and manifesting through all of us, for the humanity is largely living unconscious and stuck in many problems. So although the conscious source is manifesting, we're stuck in too many low problems and too many issues. So to have that experience and see really literally experiencing the vertical time zones, the higher dimensions. Oh yes, it's here now. Yes, I can experience that now. So we have a possibility to live a higher reality without having to wait to change the physical reality around us. We always think when that changes and that changes, then I'll change. Actually, Swamiji gives that experience directly. And so you're sharing about these beautiful experiences and transformations that happen through initiations and darshans. So what are you convinced about the darshans and initiations through the Paramashivoham 3?
So darshans and initiations, just to put things in perspective, once you even start watching Swamiji's satsangs or Swamiji's YouTube videos in a sincere way, you're already part of the divine energy space. And we think that we have to do a lot more to get into PSM3. It is truly not. We are not doing anything. It starts happening. We just need to, I won't say drop our anxiety and drop our impossibility and rely more on our instinct. So once we rely more on instinct and take even one small action, that itself manifests us and puts us in programs such as PSM3. And once we are in PSM3, then the transformation, the magnitude of the transformation that you go through is a life-lasting transformation, because these are all deeper shift within you. In fact, the videos that you may have watched before, and if you rewatch it, you yourself will realize that you are learning it at a different level. You don't need to even confirm that. Only thing that you have to means that you have to acknowledge to yourself that it did not happen by you, means you empathically doing something, or it is just a fluke. As long as you take those two thoughts out of your mind, things will start happening and it will keep growing. It means your own understanding of yourself will grow, your own understanding of your own intellect will grow. So that will be means it is something that should not be missed, and it is not very hard also. Only thing is we give power to the impossibility by thinking too much about it. If we keep and drop that thinking even for a minute and take an action, then essentially you end up being in PSM3. That's how it happens. And once you are there, you yourself is the proof. I don't think you need proof from anyone else. And all these boons, everything is real. Actually, it means the people, those who don't think that it could not be real, they just need to look at agamas, shastras, puranas, scriptures as they are, not by their symbolic interference or inference. Many times, especially Hindus and those who are going to different philosophical classes and things like that, they have been again brainwashed into thinking that, trying to think in terms of symbols. No, these are all real things, and just accept it. No, because both agamas, puranas, and Vedas came from the same rishis from the space of enlightenment only. So you cannot differentiate between them. They're all as real. Just accept that fact. Especially for Hindus, I'm talking about. For everyone else, this is you are divine, and there's nothing going to take away from you. Only thing is that gets reinforced when you come to Swamiji, because you are part of his cosmic board. So divine, you have direct access to divine, and you see that happening right in front of you, right in your life. That's what reinforces it for you.
Right, exactly. So thank you so much, Ayad. This is, I know that you also had experienced a breakthrough after, actually we're going to prepare now to receive the blessings of Swamiji in the Alive Satsang. But I wanted to mention, I know you received a breakthrough, as you mentioned, with various aspects. And also you started to do yoga every day just easily, even though for many years you tried. And as you mentioned, a friend of yours received the blessing, or not even a friend, just a mere acquaintance, that you asked him to request a blessing. He got a miracle healing. We actually shared in an earlier broadcast. And so all these things are possible. So it's real. Everyone, you're real. Your life is real. Your life is real. Life is real. And Swamiji is real, and Hinduism is real. So it's real for you, and you can do it. You can have it. So thank you so much, Aya, for sharing. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nithyanandam.
And Nithyanandam, and we will now prepare ourselves to receive the divine blessings and the initiation from the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Everyone, please close your eyes, bring your awareness to your breathing, and breathe as slowly and deeply as you can. Just connect with a deep sense of gratitude, or you can visualize what you'd like to manifest, or you can visualize Swamiji's laughing face. Let us prepare to receive Swamiji, chanting Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Continue chanting Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivasamarambam Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Madhyamam Asmadacharya Varyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and blessings. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanidar, Kottari, visitors, viewers, everyone sitting with us all over the world. Mantreshwara, Vidyeshwara, Ganeshwara, Lokeshwara, Astreshwara. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's direct message from KAILASA. Listen. Signs of Divya Sarira. Navakanda Yoga Samadhi is just two. Only two components. First and foremost, unclutching, intense, continuous practice of Akanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unbroken unclutching. Second, detoxing the body. It is all about purifying your muscle memory, biomemory, bioenergy. Listen, it's absolutely simple and possible. Oh, practicing and born Hindus, listen. Born and practicing Hindus, listen. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Navaganda Yoga Samadhi, Jiva Samadhi, Divya Sarira, all this is not only possible, simple. It's absolutely extremely simple. Have all the equipments, gadgets, comforts, luxuries of modern day. But when it comes to inner software, just go back to your ancestors. For inner software, knowledge about the cosmos, just go back to your ancestors. I tell you, not only our ancestors studied and mastered the science of Navaganda Yoga Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Jiva Samadhi, all these sciences, not only they mastered, they made it as a lifestyle. I'm telling you. Every Indian village used to have at least few dozen, if not few hundred. Like places like Tiruvannamalai and all, few hundred always used to be alive. Few hundred people who mastered Samadhi. Jiva Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Navaganda Yoga Samadhi, who mastered this. Many villages will have at least 1 or 2 dozen. Place like Tiruvannamalai, Haridwar, that Moksha Puris, Kashi, Kanchi, Mathura, Maya, Avantika, Dwarika, the 7 Moksha Puris, Kashi, Kanchi, Mathura, Avantika, Maya, Dwarika, Ayodhya. These 7 are considered Moksha Puris. These 7 Moksha Puris, of course, Tiruvannamalai is Moola Moksha Puri. These places used to have at least few hundred people who mastered this science. I can say more number of Moksha Puris. Parani. I can give you a long list of Moksha Puri. Listen. Nirvikalpa Samadhi evolves into Navaganda Samadhi, then becomes Jiva Samadhi. The difference between Nirvikalpa Samadhi and Navaganda Samadhi is, in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, just your consciousness ripening is enough. Like tamarind fruit. Inside the fruit ripes, then automatically it detaches itself from the shell. So after that, if the shell is broken or thrown away, no problem. The fruit, as the inner space is ripe, your consciousness has achieved the ultimate. But in Navaganda Samadhi, even the shell is used for cooking and enjoyed. Means even your body is detoxed. The quality of the Nirvikalpa Samadhi is celebrated, enjoyed even by the body. And even body reaches that space. That is what is Navaganda Samadhi. For that you need to help the body to detox. And if you master only Nirvikalpa Samadhi, also you can achieve Jiva Samadhi. If you master Navaganda Samadhi, also you can achieve Jiva Samadhi. Listen. If you just master unclutching, Nirvikalpa Samadhi alone, but you don't detox your body, You enjoy everything as you want. Even then, you can achieve Jiva Samadhi. But if you want Navakanta Samadhi, you have to detox your body also. Listen. If you want Navakanta Samadhi, you have to detox the body also. I'm going to explain the science of Navakanta Samadhi. All of you should know when you master Navakanta Samadhi, even the sacred ash you touch becomes medicine. Sarvaroga Nivarani. The food you touch becomes medicine. Sarvaroga Nivarani. The science of Navakanta Samadhi. Let me explain, define what is Navakanta Samadhi. When you soak yourself in Akanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi, continuously being unclutched. I tell you, unclutching is the most stress-free activity. Even for breathing, you need to create certain amount of stress in your system, like some commands need to be given. Your brain needs to generate certain commands, certain things. But for Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutching, it's a most simple, uncomplicated, stress-free action. Just decide, you will stop all your cunning, manipulative strategies. You will be extremely sincere with yourself. And everything you are doing. Understand? I am not teaching not being cunning as a social moral. No. I am teaching not being cunning as a method for unclutching. I tell you. The kind of the powers you will manifest when you unclutch will give you so much of confidence on unclutching. Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But don't stop with Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Make it Akanda, unbroken Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Unbroken unclutching. It is actually like a taste. See, if you have fallen in love, especially during teenage, puppy love, whatever activity you do, your mind will be on your beloved. Same way, when you taste unclutching, anything you do, your consciousness will be on unclutching. Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Extreme, most powerful spiritual experience is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutching. Listen. When you make unclutching akanda, unbroken, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and keep the body detoxed. Detoxing of the body can be done through Nirahara Samyama, usage of castor oil, haritaki, the other few herbs like a tuduvalai, avaram, poo. These are the few herbs. I can give you just 10 herbs, not more than that. It's commonly available. Use those herbs every day in your food and lifestyle. And reduce the food intake. Make it as a one meal a day. That's enough. Detoxing and Akanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi will lead you to Navakanda Samadhi. Navakanda Samadhi means your body will become light body, Divya Sarira. You can just raise the frequency of your physical body. Along with the physical body, you can go to higher worlds. Only Hindu tradition has mastered the science of going to the other worlds with your physical body. That science is Navakanda Samadhi. See, Navakanda, Dasa Tunda, 9 cut, 10 pieces. Actually, when you enter into that Navakanda Samadhi, along with unclutching, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, if you practice detoxing, your body enters into Navakanda Samadhi. Listen, Navakanda Samadhi, when you start experiencing, during that Samadhi, others will feel your body has become 10 pieces, but you will feel it is only one. You will not feel any difference inside. But the people's eye, when they see, they will feel your body is like a 10 pieces. If you read these great Siddhas life stories in Hindu tradition, invariably you will see in every great master's life, he was meditating in the night, he was in samadhi, but people saw his body parts are separately lying down all around. His head was separate, hands were separate, legs were separate. I have a descriptional diagram. You can see. This is one of the descriptional diagram of one Sahadeva Swami. When he was in Navaganta Samadhi, how his disciples saw he just tried to do line drawing. Now listen. I'll tell you the secret of this Navaganta Samadhi. Elaborately, listen. Your body has minor chakras on the leg, both the knees, and both hip joints. 2 to 4, both shoulders. 6, both the hand joints. 8, another throat one. 9. All these minor chakras will enter the light zone which eyes cannot see first. When your whole body is moving into the light zone, listen carefully. Ordinary human ears, normal human ears can hear only from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Human auditory range, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Sound below 20 hertz, above 20,000 hertz cannot be heard by human beings. Same way, human eyes can see only between 380 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Below the 380 nanometer, human eyes cannot see. Above the 700 nanometer, human eyes cannot see. So anything which is below the 380 nanometer, you can't see. Above the 700 nanometer, you can't see. In Navaganta Samadhi, your body will start raising above the 700 nanometer. It will become a light body. Tejas, Swayam Prakasa. Listen. This minor chakras of your body, these 9 chakras which I said, they will go beyond this 700 nanometers first. So naturally they go beyond the 700 nanometers, but the other parts of the body will take time. So naturally what will happen? For ordinary human eyes, they will see your body as part. See, for example, they won't be able to see your neck because the minor chakra in the neck, its frequency would have been above 700 nanometer. It would have been already 800 nanometer. But your face, your head will be below 700. Your body will be below the 700. Your shoulder would have gone above 700. like 800 nanometer. But your hands, biceps, will be below the 700 nanometer. That is the time when people see, they see your body as 10 pieces. Nava Kanda Dasa Tunda. 10, say 9 cut. 10 pieces. Below the knee, 2 pieces. Above the knee, but below the hip, that is 2 pieces. 4. Then below this hand knee, this part, 1, 4, 3, 4. Then this part, because the shoulder also will disappear and this part also will disappear. So this will be seen. This and this will be seen. Both biceps. Head will be seen and this part of the body will be seen. It will be seen as 10 parts. 9 cut, 10 part. Listen. After 21 hours, the whole body will raise above 700 nanometer. First, initially, this 9 minor chakras will raise above 700 nanometers. After 21 hours, the whole body will raise to light body. Then the whole body will not be seen. People don't have a problem when the whole body is not seen. Same way, people won't have a problem if the whole body is seen. But people get shaken, terrorized, frightened. If the body is seen part, they get frightened. They think somebody has cut their master's body to pieces. Nobody has cut. Even he has not cut himself. The minor chakras have raised their light frequency above 700 nanometer. This is the fundamental science. So listen. All masters who mastered Navaganda Samadhi can completely disappear. They can even take their physical body to the higher lokas. They don't need to leave the physical body and go to KAILASA. They can just take the physical body from Bhuloka. Of course, before KAILASA, there is a spot where they just dissolve that into Paramashiva stages. So understand, this Navakanda Yoga is a science. And it is possible. Not only it is a science, it is possible. And I tell you, it is too simple. It's not that difficult. Especially for my disciples, all of you guys are already in the lifestyle for Navaganda Samadhi. One of the most beautiful thing with our Kailasa, our Sangha, is all these attacks, scandals, rumors on me filtered everyone who came to me for different things other than enlightenment. Only people who want enlightenment as not only their first priority, only priority. Only they stood with me, they are being with me. They are connected to me, they are with me. So if you are still connected to me, I tell you, you are already qualified for it, because all the things I am teaching, I am repeatedly drilling into you. Go for 1 meal a day. Go for vegetarian lifestyle. Use Aritaki, castor oil, avarambu. All this I am talking for so many years. Almost 100% of you have started practicing it without even your knowledge sometime. Maybe I can give a very clear manual. So many people are now putting the question, Swamiji, can you give precise manual for Navaganda Yoga Samadhi? I'll give. It takes only 3 months for me to make anyone experience Navaganda Yoga Samadhi. Already our Dr. Ashok Amin is experiencing. He says, I am seeing Navaganda Yoga Samadhi happening in me. He is very deeply connected to me. So that feeling connection, and moreover, fortunately, he has seen me once in Navaganda Yoga Samadhi. Usually, I do not allow people to see me in the Navaganda Yoga Samadhi, because one, they get frightened, and another one thing, they spread rumors. Fortunately, he has seen, because he was my doctor, he had access to my room freely. I think in Phuket, even Sona, Prema Kodandraman, all those doctors also had a free access to my room. They'll be able to come, because Phuket, my body was in need of some medical attention. So he was my doctor. So he saw, actually, when you see someone swimming, your body, your muscle memory will just pick up swimming, and you will start swimming. I can say till now, at least more than 100 people have seen me in Navaganda Samadhi. So when you see me in Navaganda Samadhi, that is like an initiation. Your muscle, only for a few seconds, you get shaken. After that, your biomemory just picks up. If he can do, I can do. I tell you, if you see somebody swimming, that literally initiates your muscle memory to gain confidence that you can also swim. Same way, if you see me in Navaganda Samadhi, it is equivalent to listening 1000 webinar on Navaganda Samadhi. If I speak 1000 webinar on Navaganda Samadhi and you hear all the 1000 webinar, what initiation can happen to you? That can happen to you if you just see me 3 seconds in Navaganda Samadhi. Just 3 seconds, that's all. If you see me in Navaganda Samadhi, just 3 seconds, that's enough. Simply your body will pick up, your biomemory will pick up the signs of Navaganda Samadhi and you will start manifesting it. When I was in Tiruchangodu, one devotee who was taking care of me, he saw one night I was in Navaganda Samadhi. He was actually outside the room. He came to call me to give dinner. But by the time I was in Samadhi, through the window he saw and started shivering. Actually, he fainted. Second day onwards, he said he will not come to give food for me. After 2-3 days, I called him and when I was in Sahaja Samadhi and spoke to him and relaxed him, healed him, comforted him. He became comfortable. Then I told him, see, don't come inside the room when I am in Navaganda Samadhi, but don't be afraid. Very comfortably start seeing through the window. Because in the room there is no light. Start seeing. This will give you the power of that Navaganda Samadhi. I tell you, after some 5-6 times, he became so comfortable, he started queuing up the people. All close devotees, he will get them and queue them up and started showing. I said, that is too much. Don't go to that extent. But multiple people have seen my body in Navaganda Samadhi, and it is possible. It is just raising the frequency. There are few more people who have seen me when I was in Navaganda Samadhi, but they could not recognize because the one thick blanket was covered. Thick blanket was covered till the neck. The thick blanket has covered it in such a way the inside, the light frequency raising was not recognized by them, but they have seen me in Navaganta Samadhi. Same way one devotee saw that whole body was in blue light. That is also because the light was leaking through the carpet, through the blanket. I was covering myself with the blanket, and through the blanket that light was leaking. That light only he saw as full whole body in blue, shining blue. When the light frequency goes up, it will appear only in blue. That's why the sky is blue. It's an intense light frequency. If you understand the science of Navaganda Samadhi, you can very easily understand all the 64 manifestation of Paramashiva. You may think how these two are connected. When you unclutch, you will hear Anahata Dvani, which is more than 20,000 hertz frequency. Same way, when you unclutch, your eyes can see more than 700 nanometer range, wavelength. Not only your eyes can see more than 700 nanometer, your whole body can be raised higher wavelength than 700 nanometer. It can go to 800 nanometer wavelength, 900 nanometer wavelength. Whenever you see gods and goddesses, even in the dream darshan, it will be blinding light. People say now, oh God, that light was like a blinding my eyes, making my eyes go blind. It will be that powerful. That is what that. It can be something like 1,000,000 nanometer wavelength. Not just 800, 900, it will be 1,000,000 nanometer wavelength. Especially gods like Indra, Varuna, surely 1,000,000 nanometer wavelength. Paramashiva and all you can't measure any. It is pure light. Understanding about this Navaganta Samadhi will give you a lot of understandings, deeper understandings about Paramashiva's 64 superconscious mutation manifestation. Listen. Listen to this very carefully. When you start having kind of a faith in my words will have so much impact on your brain. When you are hearing my words, you will feel so calm, stress-free. Next level, when you start getting feeling connection, my words will become simply reality, like a experience in you. When I say be silent, you will just be silent. When I say relax, you will just relax. When the devotion starts, then just through words, I can change your very biology. Not only I can heal you, I can change. Listen to this very carefully. If you already experienced me, you will understand what I am talking. If you have not experienced me, just listen. You will start experience. Just through uttering the words, not just healing you, changing your internal organs, quality, and the way they function, and external body's shape, size, and the way it functions. Simple devotion. Simple devotion. Does miracles because of this higher frequency, higher wavelength, knowledge and experience transfer. In the higher frequency, what I transfer, in the higher wavelength, what I transfer, literally not mind changing, not just mind changing, it is changing your very body, your core on which you are grounded, the ground from which you are growing. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuke yuke.
Like he always did, he created a buzz with the simple blink of an eyelid. As a village boy and a president, running a nation 110%. The golden Raja with the jasmine scent, the holy Godzilla, the ego killer. The pure truth to the world he presents. He's the true master, the real karma blaster. A dose of his truth fills you with fire, raises you to KAILASA. Higher and higher, simple Shakti pod you straight into bliss. All incompletions are completely dismissed. I am the Paramashiva. Shiva. The me in the me is in you as me. You are the Paramashiva. Shiva. The you in the you sees you in me. We are the Paramashiva. Shiva. Living in KAILASA, the place to be. Nithyananda Paramashiva brought KAILASA back on the map. with a flag, a bang, done deal, it's a wrap, no cap. Cheering, clap, cause he's jacked. The true Guruji is back, that's a fact. The bliss of the avatar gets unwrapped. Sous toutes ses formes, il se manifeste. Il est conscience, partout imprégné. Existence immaculée, il est céleste, pourtant incarné dans la réalité. Il célèbre son existence dans l'unité, existant dans le présent et non dans le passé. Irradiant l'extase éternelle, félicité. Une bénédiction, une dose de bliss en condensé. Éternel et donc toujours présent, jamais en arrière, toujours en avant, innocent et donc toujours puissant, inébranlable, volonté persistante. I am the Paramashiva, Shiva. The me in the me is in you as me. You are the Paramashiva, Shiva. The you in the you sees you in me. We are the Paramashiva, Shiva. Living in Kailasa, the place to be. Nithyananda Paramashiva brought Kailasa back on the map. With a flag, a bang, done deal, it's a wrap, no cap. Cheering, clap, cause he's jacked. The true Guruji is back, that's a fact. The bliss of the avatar gets unwrapped. By the power of his being, he ascends the throne as he makes things happen and always will. In the enlightened space, by his gurus he was grown, oozing out of compassion as he's always filled. Like a lion in the zone he owns, from his fearless roar, let the truth be shown. Poof, like magic, ignorance is blown, while the pure space of enlightenment is grown. As a glorious king straight on the throne, the cherry on top just like a gemstone. He sits in the space fresher than cologne, having Shakti flowing through his backbone. I am the Paramashiva, Shiva. The me in the me is in you as me. You are the Paramashiva, Shiva. The you in the you sees you in me. We are the Paramashiva, Shiva. Living in Kailasa, the place to be. Nithyananda Paramashiva brought Kailasa back on the map. With a flag, a bang, done deal, it's a wrap, no cap. Cheering, clap, cause he's jacked. The true Guruji is back, that's a fact. The bliss of the avatar gets unwrapped,
बंद कर आंखों पे हर बाधा हटा कर सब दूर दूर जो है कह जाएंगे कि सब देखते रह जाएंगे। त्रिनेत्र जागरण जो इसे कहते हैं, कथाओं में जो सुनने को मिलते हैं, कहने में जो लगे नहीं इतना आसान, just chill, इतना भी नहीं मुश्किल, बात बनेगी संपूर्ति जब साथ है तो आओ, एक दीक्षा की तो बात है सारी दुनिया में मगर एक ही इंसान, उप्स नॉट इंसान, ये है भगवान। जय 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 नित्यानंदा, जय शिव शंकर नित्यानंदा, जय 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 नित्यानंदा, जय शिव शंकर नित्यानंदा, नित्यानंदो शिवोहम नित्यानंदो सदा शिवोहम नित्यानंदो शिवोहम नित्यानंदो सदा शिवोहम। Stagnation, suffering is all that we talk about. Confusion, delusion, and everybody's stressed out. The only one to save us is him, there's no doubt. He's Sadashiva, Mahadeva. He's an avatar, drop everything at his feet. So feel free, just let it be. Watch him come while you listen to me. Should I tell you who's here? None other than Nithyananda. Jagat Guru Nithyananda. That's right, Paramahamsa Nithyananda. Shiva Mahadeva say, I see you and dump truck, my heart goes tuck tuck. Let's sing it once more. Nithyananda Shiva Mahadeva say, I see you and dump truck, my heart goes tuck tuck. He's Sadashiva Mahadeva. He's an avatar, drop everything at his feet. So feel free, just let it be. Watch him come while you listen to me. None other than Nithyananda. Jagat Guru Nithyananda. That's right, Paramahamsa Nithyananda.
ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಅದ್ವೈತವೆಂಬುದು ಪರಮ ಸತ್ಯವು ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಅತಿ ಸುಲಭ ಮಾಡಿಹನು ಅದ್ವೈತವೆಂಬುದು ಪರಮ ಸತ್ಯವು ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಅತಿ ಸುಲಭ ಮಾಡಿಹನು ಸತ್ಯಯುಗಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲಿಡುವ ಬೇಗ ಬನ್ನಿ ಈ ಸತ್ಯಯುಗಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಲಿಡುವ ಬೇಗ ಬನ್ನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಕೈಲಾಸವೆಂಬುದು ಬೇರೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆನಂದವೆಂಬುದು ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೈಲಾಸವೆಂಬುದು ಬೇರೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆನಂದವೆಂಬುದು ಮತ್ತೆಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನ ಸನ್ನಿಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದನ ಸನ್ನಿಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಆಲಿಸು ನಿತ್ಯನ್ನ ಪೂರ್ಣತ್ವದ ಕರೆ ಅಮ್ಮಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ನೀ ಎನ್ನಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ಅಮ್ಮಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ನೀ ಎನ್ನಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ಅಮ್ಮಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ನೀ ಎನ್ನಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ಅಮ್ಮಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ನೀ ಎನ್ನಯ್ಯಪ್ಪನೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳಗಾಗ அப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே காக்கா காக்கா கவின் மிக அழக நோக்கா நோக்கா நின்னருள் பெருக காக்கா காக்கா கவின் மிக அழக நோக்கா நோக்கா நின்னருள் பெருக ஏதும் பிற இரண்டால் கருணை நீ செய்யும் எந்தாயே ஏதும் பிற இரண்டால் கருணை நீ செய்யும் எந்தாயே அப்பனே செய்யும் எந்தாயே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே மக்களுக்காக மறுமுடியும் நீ அவதரித்தானே மக்களுக்காக மறுமுடியும் நீ அவதரித்தானே என்னை அம்மையப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே 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 நீ என்னை அப்பனே அம்மையப்பனே நீ என்னை அப்பனே
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
சுராதிபம் நமஸ்கிருத்ய சசாங்க கிருதசேகரம் கபாலமாலினம் தேவம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம்
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
காலேஸ்வர மகாகாலம் காலாஞ்சல நிவாசினம் காலகிருத்காலவேத்தாரம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம்
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
சர்வகிருத் சர்வவேத்தாரம் சர்வக்னம் அபராஜிதம் சர்வபூதாத்மபூதஸ்தம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம்
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
யோ ஸ்ருஜத் சர்வபூதானி பிரம்மாண்ட்யாச்ச சுராசுரான் தமஹம் லோககர்த்தாரம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம் பிரணதோஸ்மி சதாசிவம்
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
वरं वरेण्यं वरदं वरिष्ठं वरवाहनं वनमालाधरं देवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
प्रीतियत् प्रीतिदातारं सुप्रियं प्रियदर्शनं उमापतिं सदाकान्तं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
धर्माधर्ममयं देवं सुखदुःखफलोदयं बन्धमोक्षप्रणीतारं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
मनोबुद्धिरहङ्कार तन्मात्रेन्द्रियगोचरं प्रधानपुरुषेशानं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
சதாசிவ சதாசிவ நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ 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 நித்யானந்த சதாசிவ
यं ध्यायन्ति महात्मानो मुनयः संश्रितव्रताः तं ओङ्कार सूक्ष्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा
सूक्ष्मं सर्वगतं नित्यं सर्वविद्येश्वरेश्वरं सर्वतत्त्वाश्रयं देवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं प्रणतोऽस्मि सदाशिवं
सदाशिवा सदाशिवा नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा 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 नित्यानन्द सदाशिवा शंभो शंकर शंभो 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 शंभो शंकर शंभो
शिव शिव शंभो शंकर नमामि शंकर हर परमेश विश्वेश शिव शुभंकर शिव शिव शंभो शंकर नमामि शंकर हर परमेश विश्वेश शिव शुभंकर सगवद नित्यानंद मानस नित्यानंद जगदोद्धारक नित्यानंद नमामि संततं परमहंस नित्यानंद सदाशिव अवतार अरुणाचलेश्वर परमहंस नित्यानंद महादेव रूप शंभो शंकर शंभो शंकर शंभो शंभो शंकर शंभो शंभो
Om. 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 I'll try to settle from samadhi to communicable frequency and then come back for one more session because I wanted to talk about this 64 manifestations of Paramashiva. If I am not able to come to communicable frequency today, again tomorrow, same Indian Standard Time, 8 o'clock, we will have a continuation of this webinar. I'll try to settle in next half an hour, 1 hour and come back for the session. If I couldn't make it for today's session, next one more session, I'll do it tomorrow, same 8 o'clock Indian Standard Time. We will have extension of this webinar because I have done only 21 manifestations of Paramashiva. I have to do all the 64, at least introducing. I'll try my best to come back in half an hour or 45 minutes after their session. So stay tuned. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, Paramatvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa of Paramashiva, Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.